We have breaking news surrounding SCHD. They have just announced their Q1 dividend, and it's going to be coming in at 25.69 cents per share, which is about a 3.3% increase over last year's Q1 dividend, putting their starting yield at about 3.45%. Now, if you've been paying attention lately, it seems like all any dividend investors seem to be able to talk about right now is SCHD. And it's for a few different reasons. To start, the fund is on fire in 2026, up by about 11.7%. But that outperformance gets even more impressive, whether you compare it to the S&P 500, which is down by about 4.2%, or even compare it to some more similar peers, such as the other dividend funds, which it's still way outperforming. And on top of this, as you probably already know, SCHD just implemented its 2026 reconstitution, which is essentially where they remove a handful of the stocks and add a handful of stocks into the fund. And this year's reconstitution caused some major changes to the fund, like the fact they removed 3 energy stocks and removed 5 consumer cyclical stocks and added 11 financial services stocks to the fund. And the median total dividend growth for the new additions of the fund was well above what the removals was. It's pretty exciting. But in this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the recent dividend hike news, looking at SCHD's outperformance, and taking a closer look at what SCHD's recent dividend hike actually means for my personal portfolio. And if you'd like to download my SCHD tracking sheet for free that tells you how much income you're adding from dividend growth from reinvesting and what your payment will look like, then you can do so for free at the link in the description. Now, when we talk about SCHD, the first thing that should come to your mind is dividend growth. It's what the fund is best known for. And since inception, they've averaged over 11% annual dividend growth, and since 2019, closer to around 12%. It's pretty phenomenal. Very few funds, stocks, ETFs are able to achieve that level of dividend growth year in and year out. Now, what does this mean? That the upcoming dividend payout will be about 25.69 cents per share. We can see that's actually lower than the dividend payout was during December. Did the dividend get reduced? The short answer is obviously no. Let's take a closer look over on the dividend breakdown sheet from Ticker Data at what SCHD's historical dividend payments actually look like. I'll come up here and plug in SCHD, and you can see all the data will automatically load in my spreadsheet, like the dividend, record date, payment date, and declaration date. And like always, if you'd like to download any of my spreadsheets and get access to the Ticker Data add-on in Google Sheets that allows you to automatically import stock financials directly into your spreadsheet, then you can head over to tickerdata.com at the link in the description. But if we take a close look at the historical dividend payouts for SCHD, yes, we can see substantial growth, going from around 4 cents per share back in 2011 to the end of December of 2025, nearly 28 cents per share. So we're talking about an almost 7x increase during a relatively short time period. But you'll also notice that the dividend payments aren't necessarily quite as stable as you'll see for most stocks. And really, this is to be expected. Because SCHD is an ETF, it holds a conglomeration of stocks. And if we look at the portfolio as of right now, every single one of these stocks has a different dividend payout cycle. And we also have to remember, because of the reconstitution, the amount paid out in dividends every single year, especially in Q1, can fluctuate a little bit. But there's no doubt there's a strong overall trend going upwards. The real test we want to look for is year-over-year dividend growth. But if we want to get even more specific, we want to look for quarter-over-quarter dividend growth. In our perfect world, every single quarter, relative to the previous year's quarter, the dividend would grow. And in the case of 2026, the dividend payout at 25.69 cents is certainly higher than 2025's 24.88 cents. It's about 3.26% higher. Now, obviously, that's not a huge dividend increase relative to Q1 of 2025, but there's a couple of things we need to keep in mind. First off, we're looking for total dividend growth year over year, and take a look at some of the trends in previous years. For example, in 2024, Q1's dividend increase was only 2.43%. But when you look at the entirety of 2024, the year-over-year dividend growth ended up at 12.23%. Come down and look at 2022. The Q1 dividend growth was 2.98% then, and for the entire year, it ended up at almost 14%. So I can assure you a lower Q1 dividend payout certainly isn't anything to be concerned about. Now, SCHD is the only ETF that I own in my personal portfolio, and I own a decent chunk of it, despite the fact that individual stocks do make up a larger portion than SCHD. So what does this dividend payout actually mean for my personal portfolio? Well, if we go ahead and zoom in, we can see as of right now, I own about 3,657 shares of SCHD. So if we plug in that Q1 2026 dividend payout and multiply it by the shares owned, we can see my expected SCHD dividend payment coming in at $939.48. Obviously, that's exciting for a multitude of reasons, but the real magic of SCHD is always the compounding effect. And remember, even if you're not adding capital to your portfolio, if you're not adding capital to SCHD, your dividend payments can still grow in two different ways. One is from reinvesting dividends, and two is from dividend growth. So let's assume that I reinvest my dividend payment, which, spoiler alert, I am going to do. My $939 dividend payment, if we reinvest it, will buy me at the current share price of SCHD of $30.64, about 30 new shares of SCHD. With SCHD's current dividend, annually speaking, being at about $1.05, I'm going to add about $32.20 this quarter from reinvesting the dividend, and if you annualize that, it comes out to about $129. But look at what happens because of SCHD's dividend growth. My yearly SCHD dividends is sitting closer to $4,000 now. Pretty exciting. But remember, like we saw earlier, the annual dividend growth, at least since 2019, has been closer to 12%. If it can achieve that moving forward, then strictly just from dividend growth, my SCHD dividend payments every single year will grow by about $460. So we include the capital from reinvesting dividends and dividend growth, my total added income from SCHD, just by reinvesting dividends and just by letting dividend growth take place, without adding any new capital, my annual income will increase this year by $589.56. And every single year, that number is going to get higher and higher due to the snowball compounding effect. So you can see why people start to get so excited about SCHD. That compounding effect is so strong because of the high levels of dividend growth. And with SCHD's massive outperformance so far in 2026, again, it's easy to see why people are excited again. But keep in mind, just a few months ago, sentiment surrounding SCHD was very different. In fact, I think a lot of people thought the dividend ETF was dead. And over on the Dividendology newsletter, back on December 12th, I posted a newsletter titled, "Is it time to abandon SCHD in 2026? Again, sentiment was very low during this time. And while there's plenty that I pointed out surrounding the fund during this newsletter, here's something very important you have to understand. One of the key points we made was that U.S. equity risk premiums for the first time in a very, very long time were in negative territory, which basically means investors are taking on more risk for less potential return. The market was becoming more concentrated, it was becoming more risky. And this is something that a lot of investors understood. And the reality is that SCHD was the perfect hedge for this situation. But a lot of people don't realize that because they look at it strictly as just a dividend ETF. But it's not just a dividend ETF, it's actually a systematic valuation strategy disguised as a dividend fund. What do I mean by that? Well, again, it goes back to the annual reconstitution that takes place. Thanks to SCHD stand for this image. But because of the methodology that SCHD implements during its annual reconstitution, one of the things that you'll see is when we look at SCHD's additions, they've added a lot of stocks that got hammered in the last year. And if you look at their removals, they removed a lot of stocks that were also big winners, like Cisco, just like Valero Energy Corporation or Halliburton Company. Again, that's due to the reconstitution, the methodology. Why does that take place? Well, because after they run their initial screens, they rank the stocks by indicated annual dividend yield, and only the top 50% are eligible for selection. When most investors read this, they only think about what that means for the dividend. The dividend growth continues to remain high, the dividend yield continues to remain high. But it also says something about the valuation, at least on a price to earnings multiple basis. Because they're selling stocks that have climbed a lot and adding stocks that have fallen a lot, the natural consequence is they get rid of stocks with higher PE multiples and add stocks with lower PE multiples. In fact, this is something I did analysis on SCHD's top 20 holdings. Even before the annual reconstitution, SCHD, the top 20 holdings had a price to earnings multiple on a forward-looking basis of just 15.23. After the reconstitution, it's still very low at just 15.33. The valuation multiple was quite low. Yes, to be fair, the earnings growth projections at about 6 or 7% is still not nearly as high as a lot of the big tech stocks. But even with that being said, there certainly was not as much optimism priced into these top 20 stocks. The valuation was much more attractive. And so as we saw sector rotation take place, as we saw valuation multiples get reset, SCHD's methodology, which yes, on the surface level looks like it's strictly focused on what the dividend yield looks like, it also quietly ends up as a systematic valuation strategy. It's a hedge. And ironically enough, the type of stocks that SCHD ends up adding to its portfolio are the exact same stocks that Hartford funds and Wellington funds found in an in-depth research, historically speaking, have actually outperformed the market with less volatility. Wellington Management analyzed dividend-paying stocks from 1930 to 2024, dividing them into quintiles based on dividend yield. The first quintile consisted of the highest dividend payers, while the fifth quintile, the bottom 20%, consisted of the lowest dividend payers. And the results aren't what most people would suspect. The second highest dividend yield quintile outperformed most often, and the second quintile was the only group to deliver positive returns in every single decade over nearly 100 years. Keep in mind, this second quintile that was outperforming is the exact same quintile that SCHD targets for its fund. So yes, SCHD is attractive for a multitude of reasons, especially if you're someone looking for income or dividend growth. But the reality is also that if you're heavily invested into tech or high growth funds and stocks, SCHD can still be an attractive position in your portfolio, even if you just consider a hedge. And the past 3 months have been a perfect example of this. The average analyst is still giving its holdings about 10% upside. And despite the run-up, the starting dividend yield is still sitting at about 3.45% after the recent dividend increase. So while sentiment will go low for SCHD at times, and it'll go quite high like it is right now, the reality is it continues to churn out the same results. So go ahead and let me know what you think of SCHD's recent dividend hike in the comments down below if you plan on buying or selling. And if you'd like to get access to my SCHD dividend growth spreadsheet that allows you to analyze your SCHD dividend payments, then you can get it for free at the link in the description. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.